Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to have you. We're excited to talk to you about our latest releases. So this is going to be about a 60-minute session. We'll have some very in-depth walkthroughs and we will have a live Q&A afterwards. We have a ton to cover today. So again, my name is Rachel. I am the marketing manager at Bandsintown. We are also joined by Fabrice. He is our managing partner, Alex Hoffman, our senior vice president of marketing and artist partnerships, Cassidy, our artist partnerships coordinator, and Seb, who is our product lead. We also have our amazing community manager, Jojo, in the chat, who will be answering your questions and sending links. So say hi to Jojo. I am joining from Wisconsin. We have people from the Bandsintown team joining us from Miami, Montreal, San Diego, all over the place. So I see a bunch of people from Washington, D.C. I saw someone from Germany. So go ahead in the chat and tell us where you're joining from. And we'd also love to hear why you joined us today. What are you hoping to learn? We have a ton of new tools to talk to you about. So drop something in the chat that you are excited to hear about. So before we get started on everything, I just want to spotlight Fabrice for a moment, our managing partner. Fabrice is going to say hello and say a few words.
Thanks, Rachel. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining today. We're really thrilled that, look, it's our first product event. It's really a pleasure to have you all and to be able here to share what's new at Bandsintown. We intend to do that now very regularly. So hopefully you're gonna like it and we're gonna get great feedback from you to improve it so that we do better next time. As far as I'm concerned, I will leave the floor to the team today to present these new products and all these innovations that we've been adding to the platform. But I will remain available for an AMA in the artist community that we created in the next few days. So feel free to drop your questions and to reach out. I'll be really thrilled to interact with you all. Rachel, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Fabrice. So as Fabrice mentioned, Fabrice will be in the AMA in the artist community in the days following this session. So you will have a chance to ask your questions in our live Q&A after this with myself, Alex, and Seb. But Fabrice will be in our artist community answering your additional questions if they don't get asked. And so, yeah, I think that's about it. And I think that we are ready to get started. So as you're listening, feel free to drop questions in the chat. We'll be keeping track of them. And I don't think I mentioned this actually. The session will be recorded and it will be sent directly to all of your inboxes via email. And it will also be available in the artist community. So if you're not familiar with the artist community, it is completely free to join. Anyone who is a Bandsintown for Artists member can join the artist community completely for free. We have tons of resources there. It's an amazing opportunity to network with industry folks and musicians like yourself. So thank you again for joining us. And without further ado, I will pass it on to Cassidy, who's going to do our walkthroughs today.
Thank you so much, Rachel, and thank you to my team. I believe they'll just be hopping off until our Q&A. So yeah, keep all of your questions in mind as I begin. But thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Fabrice, for that awesome introduction. And thank you so much for everyone joining us here today. I have been reading in the chat where everyone is from and all the different goals that you have. So I definitely feel strongly that you will walk away learning something new and being able to better utilize our tools, just given the jam-packed presentation we have and the awesome team we have behind this webinar. And hats off to the also awesome team behind the scenes. They're constantly working on all of these tools that we will be running through today. So hats off to them. But yeah, my name is Cassidy. I am an artist partnerships coordinator at Bandsintown. I familiarize artists and managers and different marketing specialists with our tools and help run campaigns so that they can get the most out of the utilization of Bandsintown. So let's go ahead and get started without waiting any longer. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and begin this presentation for you all. So you went ahead and met the team. Today, we're going to be going over a few things. We have a pretty full agenda, our upgraded widget and smart link, our fan contact collection through Fan Manager. We'll be talking about the Smart Link, our all new sign-up form, and our brand new email builder, as well as a couple new integrations, excuse me, and some resources to send you home with. So let's go ahead and jump into the first item that is an existing feature that has been upgraded significantly. It might as well be brand new. This is our events widget, and our events widget is used to promote your events and build your audience by automatically syncing your Bandsintown events to your website. So you can see Justin Bieber's here like this. This means when you install the Bandsintown widget on your website and have events already added on Bandsintown, or in the future we'll be adding an event or some events, these will display automatically and immediately on your website for fans to explore and start discovering. It's great by showcasing our events widget on your website. You can start driving ticket sales and RSVPs with the various event information that you are able to include. Just right here, you can see a full range of tour dates, cities you may be visiting, different venues you're hitting, and fans are obviously able to directly access tickets, as well as RSVP to opt in for updates and follow to do the same and stay up to date. So that is one huge upgrade with our new events widget. It is equipped with the new opt-in flow that I will be touching on a few different times throughout this presentation, but this is a very excited feature that we are excited to share with everyone. So anyway, getting back to the customization of it all, obviously this is Justin Bieber's widget, but we offer a range of customizations, and we really just wanted to, with this update, give give artists and their teams the full control to make this widget theirs, whether it's matching the style that they already have in place on their website, or just matching the style or brand of the artist. Obviously, I mentioned it being equipped with the opt-in flow that we have, so you're able to collect fan data. But let's bring up the widget here, and I'll go ahead and show you how to install this, where to find it, and all of the different fun customizations that are allowed. So going on Bandsintown for Artists, this is the homepage that you are presented with. You are going to want to navigate to the toolbox. Here you will find the widget as well as some other fun things. I will be going through the Smart Link later, but I definitely recommend coming back to the toolbox and checking out everything else that is here. So we'll go ahead and get started. So as I was saying, you are now able to change buttons, colors, fonts. You have a range of customizations. You can change the date formats and so much more. So when you are presented with our widget builder, which is all available on Bandsintown for Artists, you do not need to leave here. You can get started on customizing background color, text colors, fonts. You can show as much or as little of your events. You can choose to highlight local events. You can also choose to hide past events or show past events. You can show and hide different buttons. So there really is just so much you can do. We have buttons that are able to be, placed on the top or bottom. So much here for you. So go ahead and build yourself a widget. Once you are done customizing, it's super easy to install on your website. Our widget uses standard JavaScript and HTML. As such, that makes it compatible for all website builders, including Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, any others I may have missed. So you build your widget, you copy your code, paste it on your website, and you can see this start to work immediately. So on top of this all, it is a free tool, and I definitely would not miss utilizing this. And if anything else, just take some time to spend with the widget, build yourself a widget, and see what it could do for you. But I definitely recommend adding this to your website. It is great for just driving ticket clicks, RSVPs, and building your audience. So that is our widget. Back to the presentation. We are moving on to another great feature that you don't want to miss out on or overlook when you're on Bandsintown. This is our Smart Link. Our Smart Link is an all-in-one link. Similar to our events widget, it showcases your events and it can help build your audience or just push these events further. The Smart Link really does everything the widget can, but is more powerful due to the potential of its reach. And what I mean by this is the Smart Link can easily be pasted on Bandsintown posts. It can be posted on social media posts, Facebook and Twitter. And it is a great link to live in bios on your various channels like Instagram and Twitter. So this is an example. It is just a web page that when fans click on your Smart Link, they are directed to see all your tour dates. They can do everything they're used to doing on Bandsintown and everything that's new, including opting in to receive updates. They can RSVP to events, follow you, be directed to tickets, and check out your different social links and links like that as well. So just like the widget though, the Smart Link is fully customizable. And we can also take a look at this. So again, we are coming to our toolbox. Go ahead and get started in the Smart Link. And this is awesome because the link is already generated here for you. So no code is involved, and no outside website server. Once you have your link, this is what it looks like here. This is what you will see when you click on it, and this is what fans will see when they click on it. And you have all of your customizations to the side. So the Smart Link is ready to use again when you go ahead and make it your style. You can add and take away, again, the same buttons, customize your opt-in flow. And what's new is that you can add your social links, your social profiles directly to your Smart Link, so fans can find you elsewhere. So the Smart Link is great. Again, it's generated right here. It is ready to use. Check this out as well. Be sure to share it. You definitely want to build your Bandsintown audience and better utilize all of these features that we have for you. I also wanted to remind everyone to start thinking of questions you may have. I know I'm already moving through things, but keep in mind of any questions you have. There will be a Q&A at the end of the presentation. I know I'm going through a lot, but yes, just remember your questions. So with all of this talk about building audiences and fans opting in, as I've been mentioning, I would like to introduce our very new sign-up form, all for you to start collecting fan data and to stay connected to your strongest fans. So if when presented with the sign-up form, or for example, on your widget or on your Smart Link, if a fan chooses to follow you or RSVP to an event or go further and request a show in their city, they will be invited to opt in and receive updates directly from you. So they are invited to enter their city, their name, email, and of course, they agree to terms. They know we will be sharing their email data with you and their first party data. And this is something completely new for Bandsintown that we're super excited about. We have obviously always given fans the ability to follow their artists, their favorite artists, and we have shared and continue to share incredible insights and analytics on your different fan demographics. But this now introduces first-party data directly for managers and artists to take advantage of. Obviously, whether you're building a newsletter or releasing a song or announcing a new show, you have these contacts to target. And the best part about it is you have these fans to target over and over again. You know, they're your fans, you have your contacts to continue to hit as many times as you want. So this is super, super exciting. The sign-up form is now, I would say, our strongest way to just build your audience and stay connected with it, with them. And this is all through our fan manager suite, our fan manager. This is our next agenda item, and it is a place for you to manage your fans, all in a single dashboard. We can go in and look at this on Bandsintown for Artists in a bit, but just to give you an overview, once you start building your audience and collecting this fan data, either on your website using your smart link, you are able to now manage your contacts and fan relationships from this centralized dashboard, thus allowing you to activate and reach these fans on and off Bandsintown. So you will have a total follower count, your top cities, some upcoming events, and listed below will be all of your contacts, name, email, location, and phone number if applicable. And I will go ahead and show you what this looks like so you can check it out. So again, as I mentioned, you have some quick statistics up at the top regarding your followers and the contacts who have opted in to share their first party data. As mentioned, our insights have not gone anywhere. You still have these great insights on followers, events, and posts. So do utilize that as much as you will utilize this for your success. And it's cool. We have all of these neat, quick bits of data for you. It might be beneficial for you to see your total followers and know you could message them immediately, just as much as it is important for you to know where the top cities of your fans, where the next events you have might be, and through the fan manager, you can quickly send a message to fans of a market, all of your fans, or wherever your next events will be. So keep in mind, this is a test page. Normally you would see names and emails. We're obviously not showing that now, but this is where it would be. You also have the ability to, where my mouse is, will say export if you want to download your contacts from Bandsintown. And in addition, and side by side with our email builder, which I will get to in a minute, you will have the ability to import contacts from other platforms you may use as well, and obviously export contacts into these platforms also. So these are great features, but we are just super excited to introduce our Fan Manager Suite and give artists and managers and teams now access to this first party data. So definitely something to check out and for you to measure your success by reviewing these built-in analytics. So now on our Bandsintown journey, we have our events added. We are hopefully using the widgets and SmartLink, and we're building our audience. So what is next? This tool is brand new and actually currently in limited beta. It is our new drag and drop email builder that is designed for you to send custom emails to fans. What's even more incredible is this is completely free, which I have to say about all of these tools, again, everything I'm going over free once you are signed up for Bandsintown for Artists, which is free to do so. This one, especially on top of being free, is great because you can send as many emails as you want to as many contacts as you want. There's no limit to either of those. And better yet, I mentioned this is in its limited beta testing, but all webinar attendees will be given exclusive early access to our brand new email builder shortly after this webinar. So you can check it out yourself and see what we're talking about. And we definitely encourage everyone to please use this. Given it is in beta testing, we are super open to feedback, as we are for everything else. But especially for something that is still being tested and not open to the public, let's go ahead into Bandsintown and check this out. Okay, so you will see an email tab pop up once you are given access. As you can see, it is a beta. We have so many templates you can choose from, as well as you can build an email from scratch. Announcements, newsletters, tours, events, live streams, music videos, so on and so forth. I will go ahead and open the events email to show you what that looks like. It just takes a minute to load, but I'm already noticing that it looks so easy to use. I hope you all find it being the same. We have quick undo, redo buttons. If you know how to code, if you're feeling more advanced, you can open these emails in code editor. But the beauty of drag and drop is really that you can just click to get started. I can update a new logo. I can add a URL to this, so it's clickable. I could easily click into a text box and edit that, similar to images and the different texts that you either add or that are in the templates. In addition, you can edit the total appearance of this email. You can adjust the format, the different margins, the footers, the headings. And then obviously the content, we have some different structures for you and blocks, obviously, that just make this so much more customizable. Honestly, like there's so much you can do. One thing that I definitely want to highlight is being able to drag and drop all of your events. Looking at this, you definitely have the ability to add one event at a time, or select the specific events that you want to add. But if you drop this in, I think that was in over the picture, they're right here. You have all of your events that are on your Bandsintown added into this email. It's as easy as that. Similar with the photo that you have updated to your Bandsintown and music as well. Yeah, the options to this email builder are really endless. So we move into the audience once we are satisfied with how it looks, or we save and exit depending on where we are. But you have many audiences to choose from that you could target, all being your fans. You can send these emails to your contacts, everyone who has opted in. This is the first party data. You can choose to send this to all of your existing Bandsintown followers. Your top fans, this one's cool. It captures all of the fans who have clicked to get tickets, RSVP'd, set a reminder for your events. So those are going to be the core folks that you want to target. And you can also target by an event if you have any upcoming events, or locations if you have fans in a specific location. So we can hit continue. You are able to review this campaign. You can name it, add a subject line, address it, and then obviously preview it before this goes out. You can send a test to yourself. You could schedule this. You can send it immediately, or you can save it to work on later. I do want to mention though, just so there's no confusion, our premium feature, our promoted emails are still available. This didn't go anywhere. You can find this under premium. So you should find your premium campaign still there. In addition, you are still able to send quick posts to your followers, and also target by events and location. If you go home, you can still post to your Bandsintown followers, you know, connect Twitter, Facebook, and again, you're able to target similarly. this I would compare to posting on social media. We have a 1,000 character limit, but you can still add pictures, links, and emojis. But the email builder takes it to a whole nother 10 levels. So definitely check that out. We're super excited for it to be available to you all, but yeah, we're looking forward to releasing it to everybody. Back to our presentation. Moving along, so we went over Fan Manager, we just hit the email builder. Again, we have the awesome templates available. You can also build from scratch. But speaking of new things, we have recently launched a couple of new integrations. The first I want to go over being with Shazam. For those who don't know what Shazam is, it is a song/artist discovery tool. If you have ever been out and about at a restaurant, you hear a song you like, the Shazam app will help you identify that song. And if you ask Siri, that's powered through Shazam. But I would say, you know, hey Siri, what song is this? Siri would start listening and, sorry, my Siri activated. Siri would start listening and connect me to the song and then the artist. And now your Bandsintown events can appear on your Shazam. And again, fans will have direct access to those tickets. And you can further build your audience being integrated with Shazam. So this is easy to set up. You're going to want to head to your profile. I can get out of here again. And while you're editing links, make sure to keep these links up to date. All you're going to want to do is add your Apple Music link or ID and consider yourself integrated with Shazam. It really is as easy as that. Our next integration is with Linktree. You can now display your upcoming dates on Linktree, which is already an amazing platform built to drive traffic to your online content. So now it can drive traffic to your tour dates to maximize awareness and ticket sales. This is done in your settings instead of your links. You'll see it immediately when you go into these. All you have to do to sync on Linktree is install now. I believe it'll prompt you to sign in, and you should be connected for your events to start showing up. So they both are very clean, easy to integrate. Again, something you just want to take advantage of because it's easy to set up, especially Shazam. Not everyone has Linktree, I understand, but definitely something to take advantage of or check out as our new integrations. So we have a couple more things to send you on your way with. I know everyone has probably a lot of questions. Keep your questions in mind, keep your questions coming. And I know I went over quite a few things, so I only touched a fraction of what you can reach. So please find available to you at all times our tutorials page. And our tutorials, these give you step-by-step instructions to our whole catalog of tools, including what we talked about today, so you can get the most out of your marketing. And obviously I did go through this all, so I'm so happy to leave you with tutorials that you can find at artist.bandsintown.com/tutorials. Obviously we talked about Fan Manager, we talked about our sign-up form, and we talked about our widget. So definitely leave this webinar checking out our tutorials so you can go more in depth with what we talked about. But in addition to this, we have upgraded our tools pages. They're all here to help you navigate our suite of tools and streamline these marketing efforts for you. So these include in-depth descriptions, step-by-step instructions, and I believe they all have frequently asked questions for you to get started. We really try with this to make it as simple as it can be. So from managing relationships to spreading the word about upcoming shows, our resources, hopefully there's a place for all of your needs. But those are our tutorials. One last thing I do want to leave everyone with is for those who like our platform, like our product, and like staying up to date, you are able to view a roadmap of what we have coming up, what we have in progress, and what is done. I believe you can also find this from the tutorials page under resources. In addition to our help center and what's new, you can click on the product roadmap. And again, we have a few things already planned, we have a few things in progress, and we have a few things done. So check back on this to keep up to date with what you can expect from us. We also have a change log. This is for bigger things that we either fixed, improved, or that might be brand new. So again, you can find things that we went over today and some things that are new. And lastly, something so important to us at Bandsintown is the feedback that we receive from our users. That helps us make our platform what it is and help us provide the tools that help you, that help the artists directly. So when you're going through everything today, obviously the email builder in beta, but the widgets, even the experience you have signing in and out of Bandsintown, we love any feedback. As I mentioned, we have a great team of developers who are constantly working on these tools. So feel free to create a post right here, add a title, add a description, add any pictures, and definitely keep the ideas coming. So don't forget about the wonderful resources we have, tutorials included, our help center, our community that JoJo runs with even more industry members and Bandsintown members. But I hope you enjoyed everything we went over today, all of the new, old, upgraded, amazing tools that Bandsintown offers. Do stick around for the live Q&A. Hopefully you're still dropping the questions in the chat, and we'll learn even more from the wonderful members of our team. But thanks everyone so much.
Thank you, Cassidy. That was amazing. So we have, as you can see, we have a ton of new stuff for you to explore. So we are going to start taking your questions. We have a ton of questions. I will invite Seb, our product lead, and Alex, our senior vice president of marketing, to come back to help us answer some of these questions. So continue to ask questions in the chat. If we don't answer your questions live right now, we will be creating a space in the artist community, and we will address all of the questions that came into the chat today. And again, you can also ask Fabrice some different questions. You'll find him in the artist community as well. Jojo, if you can drop the join the community link in the chat, that would be great. The community is free to join, just a reminder. And also, as Cassidy mentioned, we have a bunch of tutorials and we have a help center of helpful FAQ if anything doesn't get answered today. We also have an amazing support team, and you can reach them directly about very specific technical issues if you have any, and that is at artistsupport@bandsintown.com. So we have a ton of questions, especially about the email builder, which makes sense because it's one of our newest and most amazing products. So let's kind of start there. So we had some questions. Does it cost extra to use the email builder and sign-up form? Is this a premium feature? And then related to that, can those emails also be sent to trackers of other artists as well? Thank you, Amanda and Anne, for those questions. So I will answer that. So the email builder and sign-up form are completely free. Again, they are in limited beta, but everyone who is here today will be granted access to it. Those are free features. It is not a premium feature. Our premium feature has to do with the second part of that question, which is reaching trackers of other artists. So that can be done with our premium promoter platform. That's kind of the benefit of using that paid feature, which is that you can reach affinity artists of your artist. Maybe you are a smaller artist and you want to start expanding your audience. You can target other artists who are in your genre as well. So they do have slightly different modes, but yeah, everything in the email builder and the sign-up form is completely free. So continuing with our email builder questions, I'll throw this one to Alex. We had a lot of people asking and they want to confirm, can these emails that we collect be exported and used elsewhere?
Yeah, that's super easy. You're just gonna go into the fan manager page. So it's in the left sidebar once you're logged in. And there's an export button right above your contact list. Just click that and we'll shoot you an email with a downloadable CSV. And it'll be organized by the same columns that you see in the fan manager dashboard.
Awesome. And then Alex, while we're still on you, how about you answer this one? So Daryl asked, can we customize the targets for the email builder? Like if we have radio DJs in our list, could we target them separately? So maybe you could talk a little bit about the segmentation that we have available.
Yeah, definitely. We know that segments and tags are really important. And I mentioned in the chat, that's definitely on the roadmap and we take that really seriously. In the beta right now, those aren't available, but what we do have available is targeting by your followers, targeting by your contacts, targeting by event. So you can target by specific fans who RSVP'd to a certain event. You can also target by location. So we do have those right now, and then we'll be continuing to roll out more targeting and segmentation options over the next, throughout the rest of the year, essentially.
Yeah, sweet. So this is sort of related to that. So either Alex or Seb could take this. Dennis asked, is there a way to target a geographical area, like a range of miles around a show's venue?
Yeah, absolutely.
Seb, you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll answer that. So yeah, you can absolutely target people around the venue location. Basically, a number of ways actually you can do this. You can do this first and foremost by targeting the RSVPs. So anyone that's already showed interest to your events, constitute a segment that you can target on its own, and there's going to be a good conversion rate with it. In this case, there is no specific distance to indicate when you're targeting them. You're just targeting a segment at large. If you want to be very specific with the location itself, the radius, in this case, you can target by location, and you can really narrow down to the city and exactly how far you want to be around the venue where you're playing. And so these would be the main ways that you can target them. You can do that not only on the email builder, you can also do it when you're posting messages on Bandsintown. So you have two ways to handle that.
Awesome. Okay, let's move on to some other things. Okay, so this one says from Greg, where does your platform fit in with my website, social accounts, Linktree, etc.? Seems that you've really increased the value of it by allowing me to use these widgets to gather data on any of my pages. That's totally true. So the platform fits in very seamlessly with all of those things. So you can put the events widget on your website, you can share your smart link on your social media pages. You can even send your smart link in a custom message to your Bandsintown followers. You can send it via email. You can integrate, as Cassidy mentioned, you can integrate your Bandsintown events directly to your Linktree. So all of those integrations are pretty seamless. I'm not sure if that quite got the answer of the question, but if you want to follow up, that's great too. But yeah, all of those integrations are pretty seamlessly done. So let's see, this is an interesting question. So Larry asks, a lot of fans use text rather than email. Can we use that somehow? Seb, maybe you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can. Definitely, we want to make sure we offer tools that will be usable by you and will allow you to engage with your fans. So the opt-in flow that we've created has the ability to collect phone numbers. We made it optional. It doesn't come by default. But if you have a texting solution, then you can actually collect phone numbers. Be sure to get your contact information up to date, and you can export that to any text service that you're using already. We don't yet offer any service to text fans directly. We're exploring the ability to do that, and that this might come in the future. So stay on the lookout, but for the time being, at least you can already collect those phone numbers and constitute a solid fan base.
Awesome. So let's do some smart link and widget discussion. So Danielle asks, would I want to use the smart link in conjunction with or instead of my Linktree? Alex, maybe you want to take that one.
Can you repeat the question? So
would I want to use my smart link in conjunction with or instead of my Linktree?
Yeah, so it depends on your goals. So, you know, the Linktree, I'd say the smart link really just includes your Bandsintown events, your social and streaming links, and then the opt-in flow where you can collect emails. So there's a lot there, but it's very focused on events. Whereas with the Linktree, you'd be able to have a bit more expanded functionality of what you feature on your Linktree. And then you can have the Bandsintown widget integrated into your Linktree. So I think depending on what the context is and where you're marketing or promoting, you could use both. But that's also why we have the integration. So if you do decide ultimately you want to use the Linktree and have it, you know, everything in one place, we make that possible with the integration. And the same, to some degree, we also have an integration with Feature FM. I saw somebody asked a question about that. So we do have a similar integration as with Linktree for Feature FM. And you can find details on that on the site.
Awesome. So we do have a few questions that are sort of more technical. I do want to remind everyone that we have an amazing support team. So if you have any specific questions like about your artist page, your profile, our tech team, our support team is probably the best people to answer those questions, and we'll pass your questions along to them as well so that they get your questions. We also have a few things that I know we don't have available yet. So I want to remind everyone that we have this feedback portal where you can send us your feedback. So if you discover in this session that there's a feature that you really want and we don't have it just yet, or we're working on it, you can add it to that feedback session. So let's go through a couple of these. Here's one, for example. Fletcher asked, why aren't times when entering information optional? A lot of times festivals don't have a specific time. So if I have to put a time for that, it may not be quite right for a festival.
Right, so that's a good question, actually. Depending on the type of event that you're entering on the platform that you want to promote, you're going to have different rules. And the form that we offer right now for festival events has a toggle that allows you to control the display format of your date. You may be already engaged with the festival, but you cannot communicate on the time yet. And in this case, will allow you to just display the date range. So be sure to toggle off the display format so that it displays the date range instead. And you will just enter the start date and the end date of the festival, which can be also the same date. And in this case, there's no need to enter a time. The time will be mandatory if you're entering a streaming event or any other in-person events.
Amazing. So we have a question from Peter. Peter says, we have only recently become aware of Bandsintown. We already have a following of over 260,000. How have you gathered the followers? So if I'm understanding the question correctly, I think you discovered Bandsintown and you already had this amazing page with a ton of followers, which is incredible. So you want to know where those followers came from. Okay, perfect. He says yes. So Alex, maybe you want to take that?
Yeah, I'll take. Yeah, sure. I'm going to share a link right now in the chat. Here we go. So it's what we call our discovery engine. I can pull up this page actually. So we, as an artist on Bandsintown, we automatically surface you in different recommendation feeds within the app and on the website. And just by listing your events and starting to grow your follower base, the algorithms start you up and recommending you to followers about following that was built through our recommendation engine on both the app and on the website. And if you read a little bit more on this page, I think you'll get a better understanding of how that happens and you know, how you came to claim the page with already having over 200,000 followers, which is great to hear. That's exactly what we hope to happen through the recommendation algorithm.
Yeah, I want to highlight one more thing also on this, which is whenever music fans sign up on Bandsintown, they're encouraged to scan their music library to make sure they get to follow the artist that they love. And so this will also automatically translate into more following for you. So we make sure to tie in your followers with the music that they love, that they listen to already.
Definitely. So we have a few more questions, a couple from Devin, and this is one that I know we have gotten feedback on before, and I'm pretty sure that it is in our in the feedback link. Is there a way to mark an event as private? And then also, if I don't have a ticket link, but I want to indicate that an event is free. So we've definitely gotten that feedback before, and we are working on, I believe, Seb, correct me if I'm wrong, adding some more labels so that we can cover those use cases. For example, if you don't have a ticket link, you want to promote an event that's free, or you want to promote an event at a private venue. In the meantime, we can usually accommodate those cases. If you reach out directly to the support team, they can probably help you out with listing an event if you'd like to get that event listed. But again, feel free to go to the feedback link, and you can upvote actually other people's feedback as well. So if you see that point, you can upvote it, just so we know that more people want to see things like that.
And same thing also here to complement your answer. There are a couple workarounds right now that you would have. The tickets button, for example, you can already flag it as a free event. You can make sure that you still redirect your fans to a website. It can be the venue website. It can be your website where they can get a little bit more information, and still allows you to generate some engagement. So be sure to add your link anyway, and just flag it as a free event, which is something you can control whenever you're setting up your event. As for the private event, you can always list that on your platform and then flag or enter the venue as a custom venue. You don't have to actually pick a venue from the database that we have. You can enter a private name. It's not standard. We don't have a proper label for this, but you can still do it by entering a custom name for your venue. At the very least, though, you need to enter a city and a country. But other than that, nothing stops you from declaring an event as being happening in a private location.
Awesome, nice. So Heather asks, is there a way to post an event one time with multiple artists within the lineup and have the event populate on multiple artist pages? Seb, you might be the best person to answer this one as well.
Right, although I'm sure you're familiar with that too, because you've had those questions in the past. It's not an uncommon scenario. So the lineup is something you can control for your own events. You can make sure that you indicate who are the other artists performing with you. In this case, it will create a link to their artist page. It doesn't create an event page on their site. So the relation is going to be only through the artist that you're entering. There's no way also to post to their fans directly. You can always target your followers. You can target your RSVPs, but you cannot reach their fans for that specific event. However, whenever you're promoting an event and you want to make sure you can reach fans that you know are interested and may not be following you, you can do that with the premium email campaign tools that we offer. So in this case, it's going to be a paid campaign. You're reaching out to fans who are not following you, but you can still do that and make sure to get your events a little bit heard outside of your fan base.
Awesome. So we have another this is one from Devin. It says, from the fans' experience, how often do you generate email or social media notifications when people opt in to get notified? How does that work? Seb or Alex, maybe you want to take that.
Can you repeat? Sorry, or Seb, do you have it?
Yeah, it's okay. So yeah, we do generate notifications. So whenever there's an event that's created on the platform, it's going to be announced to the fans. It's going to be announced by email. It's going to be announced by push notifications. So we make sure to maximize awareness. It's going to be consolidated if you're announcing multiple events at the same time and they're in the same location. So potentially the same fans could receive multiple alerts. We don't want that. We want to make sure they're all aggregated at the same time. So we compile that into a single notification, but we generate those automatically for free. You don't need to do anything. In case you fear there's going to be a little bit of user fatigue with the number of events that you're playing, you can always decide to toggle off the notification and announce this on your own just through a post or an email campaign that you're creating yourself. This way you minimize the number of emails or notifications that they're going to be getting. whenever you're messaging them also, so if you're sending a post, be aware that the post is going to trigger an email to them. So you want to pace your communication to your fans accordingly. Usually, you know, communicating with them 2-3 times a week is okay. Communicating to them more often than that can generate a little bit of user fatigue. We see that in our numbers. We see people complaining if they're getting too many messages from some artists. So you want to adapt to your fan base, but not all fan base are equal. So you will know better.
Awesome. Alex, I'm going to throw this one to you. So in the beginning, I asked people to put in the chat things that they wanted to learn about today. And something that a lot of people repeated was they want to know how to grow their Bandsintown followers. So I feel like that's a pretty big one.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm going to pull up, I want to show everybody this new nifty page that we just launched. Okay, so if you go to Bandsintown for Artists and then go to features and then click on features, you'll get taken to this all features page. This shows you the basically all the tools you can use to grow your following. So one I just mentioned was just literally listing your events, making sure all your events are listed on Bandsintown. Those will make sure that they get picked up by the discovery engine. The widget and API, making sure that you have the widget installed on your website with the follow button activated, will definitely be a consistent way to build your following and build your mailing list. Same with the smart link. So sharing your smart link on your socials, including it in your bio, sharing it in your email campaigns, and again, making sure you have that follow button activated. And then also the sign-up form is another great way. If you want to include this at, let's say, the footer of every page of your website, so that you're always giving fans an opportunity, even when they're not on the tour page, to follow you and opt in. Also, I'll mention that later in July, we're really excited to launch what we call playbooks. And these will be step-by-step guides to do just this, whether it's grow your fan base, sell more tickets, sell more merch. We've put together comprehensive but easy to follow guides on how to use these different tools together with maybe some of the other platforms and tools you already use to achieve each of your goals. So keep an eye out for that. We'll be announcing that a bit later or releasing those a little bit later in July.
Awesome. Thank you, Alex. So we have about 5 minutes. So how about one more question before we close off? So Jennifer asked if there's a way to reach Facebook followers as well through our Bandsintown integrations. Seb, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, sure. So yeah, we have a long-lasting relationship with Facebook. We actually, some of you may know that we started as a Facebook application. Bandsintown for Artists used to be called Bandsintown Manager when it was a Facebook application, and we grew out of it and maintained that relationship with them. So you can still use Facebook, obviously, for a number of things. You can log in with Facebook. You can claim your artist with Facebook and get verified immediately if you're managing an admin of their official Facebook page. And you can also post to Facebook when you're posting on Bandsintown. You can do the two at the same time. So all of that remains the case. However, when you're messaging fans, you don't have access to actually your follower base. The recommendation here would be to make sure that you add your Facebook pixel that you can get when you have Facebook business account. You create a pixel specifically for this. You add it to your smart link. There is an option in your smart link to add pixels, and you just need to put the ID of that Facebook pixel. And this is going to allow you to create a retargeting audience on Facebook that will allow you to create Facebook ads and better target this segment of fans following you on Facebook or having visited your pages. There's no other way otherwise to directly reach out to your followers, but I think that's a pretty efficient one otherwise.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Seb. So I think that is all we have time for today. Just want to thank everyone for joining us today. Want to thank Cassidy for those amazing run-throughs. Alex, Seb, thank you so much. And thank you, Jojo, in the chat, who has been killing it, moderating everything and keeping all the links up to date, sending links there. So just want to remind everyone that the recording will be sent to you directly via email within the next couple days. And it'll also be posted directly in the artist community, which again is completely free. Please join. It has tons of amazing resources, and Jojo is there. So if you had fun chatting with Jojo in the chat today, then go ahead to the artist community. We'll also be creating a space there to answer your remaining questions. So we took note of the questions that you asked in the chat, and we will address those as well. Also, we have the tutorial space, the help center, all the resources for you available at any time. So if you ever have any questions, head there. If you have an urgent or very specific issue, you can reach out to our support team at artistsupport@bandsintown.com. So from the whole team at Bandsintown, we super appreciate you joining us today. We are always here to help you. We hope you learned a lot and you have next steps for helping yourself reach new heights in your marketing and your career. So we hope you enjoyed, and thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you next time.